Hi, this is my Inquiry 5E lesson. My standard was 4.PS3.2. It is make observations to provide evidence that energy can be transferred from place to place by sound, light, heat, and electrical currents. This particular lesson is over sound. In the engage phase, the students will watch this video, which I'll play in a second, and they will have sticky notes. They will write 2 things that they already know or think they know about the topic, and 1 prediction of how sound moves from place to place, and 2 examples of when sound does not move.
Ah! Hey, where's Manny?
Spastic colon, I'm filling in for him.
He's gonna blow the whole op.
Just give him a second.
Bueno.
Where the hell did he learn that?
So you get the idea. They are mainly focusing on him playing the guitar and how that sound is moving throughout the room. In the explore phase, the explore phase is in 2 parts. The first part is experimenting with the telephone. So just like this, 2 cups, string tied between them. They're investigating how the sound is getting to the other person just by string. Based on some student data that I have, they just feel like it goes through the air, not really through something like string or wire. In the second part, students will be predicting, observing, and explaining. When I personally tested it out, I had my phone on top of granite counters, and I put a glass bowl on top of it, and no sound was being heard. Couldn't hear anything. It was contained. And so the students are asking the question, why is this happening? So they're predicting before I put the glass over, and they're observing what happens when when the glass is put over it in each one of these scenarios. In the last one, it is a wooden box or a cardboard box to find out is granite is it a conductor or insulator? So that's what they're trying to figure out, is conductor and insulator. In the explain phase, there will be a whole class discussion. It starts with the students presenting what they found. In the previous slide, there's a picture of what their science journals could look like. I will post that and the lesson in the discussion board for this assignment. So definitions to go over: sound, energy, insulator, and conductor. This is a simulation. So this is the best simulation that I could find explaining this. It does not explain insulators and conductors, but it shows how the air, or how the sound is moving through the air. And you can change its frequency and amplitude. You can also show the particles or both, which it's not just moving through air because it wants to, it's using particles. Ooh, this one is fun. So this is actually at the Science Museum in Oklahoma City, I am told. But here is a video of it, and the students will write down what they notice and wonder about how this can be.
All right. Make noise.
Go, make noise.
Woo! It's so awesome. Oh.
So they need to be asking, the students need to be asking, how would this explain, or how could you explain what's happening? What is lighting up the tree? They will then take this and create a circuit that transfers sound energy into light. They will be doing this in the elaboration phase, and it will be evaluated in the evaluate phase using a rubric. Here is an example of what that might look like, but the students are going to use the light snap circuits. I have that linked in my 5E. Assessments. I will be, or the teacher will be assessing the worksheet that goes through the explore phase, the exit ticket that I have in the explain phase. It asks, what did you figure out, and how does sound move from place to place? Their model in the evaluation phase is evaluated through a rubric, which I made. The rubric doesn't just evaluate the model, it evaluates all three of those things. Modifications. I have a few, I'm sure there are more that I could implement, but students will be in partners through most of the lesson. So if a student, maybe an ELL, needs to be with another, maybe a bilingual student, or someone who knows a little bit of Spanish, if that's who they need to be paired up with, I will, as the teacher, will make those pairs. Headphones will be used for any student that needs it. And there are some sources.